There's a major shakeup happening at the very top of one of Atlanta's biggest real estate brokerages. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the leadership change at Harry Norman Realtors. Who's in, who's out, and what this really signals for the company's future. So the headline news: Harry Norman Realtors has a new president. Now, this is a really big deal for a company that's a cornerstone of the Atlanta real estate scene, and it's definitely marking the start of a whole new chapter for them.
For anyone who might not know, Harry Norman Realtors is a top-tier luxury brokerage with super deep roots in Atlanta. But they're not just a local player. Oh no. They're a Berkshire Hathaway affiliate through HomeServices of America, which means any leadership change here makes waves across the entire industry.
Okay, so let's dive right into the announcement itself and get to know the person stepping into this really critical role. The new president is Todd Emerson, and his own words right there just immediately give you a sense of his deep commitment. He also talked about his passion for supporting agents and watching them grow, which kind of gives us a little clue about his leadership style right from the get-go.
So who exactly is Todd Emerson? Well, he's no newcomer. In fact, calling him a veteran insider pretty much hits the nail on the head. Get this, Emerson has been with Harry Norman for over 20 years. I mean, think about that for a second. That is way more than just a job. It's a career built from the ground up inside one company. That gives him a kind of understanding of its culture and how it works that you just can't get any other way. So before this big promotion, Emerson was the general manager. This means he was right at the heart of the business, overseeing the day-to-day stuff, working side by side with the CEO on strategy. He already knows the playbook inside and out, which makes him a really natural choice for this. Of course, a new leader coming in means another is stepping away. So let's take a quick look at the outgoing CEO, Ginny Benera, and how this whole transition is being managed. So the outgoing CEO, Ginny Benora, is stepping down after 9 pretty significant years on the leadership team. She's handing the baton to Emerson, whose history with the company, as we just saw, goes back more than 2 decades. A real changing of the guard. And listen, this is not some messy, contentious handover. Not at all. The CEO of the parent company, Chris Kelly, actually made a point to highlight Bonora's support for Emerson. That signals a really unified and collaborative transition. The main takeaway here is that this is being presented as a super smooth, professional succession.
So what does the parent company, HomeServices of America, think about this move?
Well, their perspective is pretty crucial to understanding the confidence behind this whole decision.
And the message from the top could not be clearer. They are all in. This isn't a gamble. It's a calculated, confident appointment, and it's backed 100% by the parent organization. Here's another really powerful statement from CEO Chris Kelly. The words he uses here, respected and trusted, are so important. They don't just speak to Emerson's skills, but to his character and his reputation in the wider real estate world. It's a huge personal vote of confidence. So why Emerson? Well, the parent company really boiled it down to 3 core qualities. His steady leadership, which implies stability. His deep, deep understanding of the business, which, after 20 years is undeniable. And his genuine passion for helping agents grow. These are basically the pillars of their decision. So, with a new president in place, everybody's looking to the future. What's on Todd Emerson's to-do list as he takes the lead? His mission is basically a 3-parter. First, he'll oversee all the brokerage operations, which is just a natural extension of his old GM role. Second, he's tasked with driving continued growth. And third, and this is crucial, he's going to deepen the collaboration with the leadership at the parent company, HomeServices of America. And this brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Harry Norman Realtors chose continuity. They chose stability by promoting a veteran insider. The real test now is how this steady hand will navigate a legacy brokerage through the, let's face it, unpredictable waters of a constantly changing real estate market.